I need to do a Morgan Wallen walkout, bro, to start the streams. I need to like walk in from like deep in my house, just like a camera crew following me, just vibing. Yeah, that'd be lit. Anyways, July 1st, Tuesday, Dinger Tuesday. We got a full slate of 15 games. I'm hyped. I'm ready to go. I'm excited. Let's go. Let's go. Yesterday was a dud. I mean, we said it all day. Like, there wasn't really too much to pick from. The only real shocker yesterday was Chase Burns. Sorry about that one, y'all. I'm going to just say right now, sorry about that one. I went on a rant yesterday about how I love Chase Burns. I thought he was good to ladder up to 10 strikeouts. What I didn't know was that he was tipping pitches. Nobody told me that he was tipping his slider versus his fastball. The hitters knew exactly what was coming because they could just see that he was going to throw a slider and then just hit a slider. Like, unlucky. He was tipping his pitches, man. He was tipping his pitches because his pitches were good. Like, he was locating them just fine. It's the same way the Brewers lost in the playoffs last year in Devin Williams' demise. And then earlier in the year on the Yankees, Devin Williams' demise, tipping pitches. Jaron Duran caught it early and passed it on to his teammates. He said, if Chase Burns is doing this with his glove, it's a slider. If he's doing this, it's a fastball. Then everybody that came up after that, they just waited for a slider because they knew they could hit it far. They weren't going to hit his 100-mile-an-hour fastball. So they waited for a slider. They saw him do the thing with the glove. They're like, all right, here comes a slider, and then they'd hit it. A lot of homers yesterday. There wasn't too many. I mean, I think we got 2 out of 4 right yesterday, actually, which I was surprised about. I thought we were going to get all of them wrong, honestly. There was some like late homers, I guess. Yeah, there's some. We did talk about Cody Bellinger. I was really close to taking him. I didn't, but we got Caminero. We got Wilbur Abreu right. Bellinger did hit a home run. Duran, yeah. Willier again. Rosa ran it with 2. So there was a couple guys with 2. Gunnar hit a really late one. Cowser hit a late one. Adolis hit a late one. Yeah, there were some late home runs in like extra inning games. Boss went crazy, cooked him. Once again, any single like team can cook any single pitcher if they know what pitch is coming. If you're tipping your pitches, it's so easy to get just destroyed. So, yeah. It's basically like cheating. It's not actually cheating, but it's basically cheating. It's like if you know exactly what pitch is coming and where that pitch is going to go, an MLB hitter can hit that. The only reason MLB hitter struggles is because they have to guess what pitch is coming, where it's going, all that. Anyways, 15 games. Let's jump into it. Game 1, Yankees, Blue Jays. I'm probably going to stay away from this one because it's just like a random early game. Like, if I'm going to do anything with this one, it'll be for like just straight bets or like maybe a same game lay, something like that. But this is a random early day game, and the rest of the games are all at night. So for me, I don't really want to put the Yankees or the Blue Jays onto a slip to have that ruin the rest of the slip if it misses at a 3 p.m. game. You know what I mean? So for me, probably going to just stay away from it, but we'll go over it anyway. Yankees on the money line, minus 191 is fair odds. They are currently sitting at minus 158. I think it's fair value. So if you wanted to just get some early game action, I think, especially after losing yesterday, today's a pretty good bounce back game for them. It's Canada July 4th. That's why it's early. Makes sense. There you go. The more you know, the more you learn. Thank you, Landon. But yeah, I think Yankees on the money line is okay today. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of taking these early games, but if we look at the pitching matchup, Max Fried versus Gausman, both are pretty solid pitchers. Max Fried specifically has been really good this year. I know he does get beat a little bit more on the road than at home, so maybe there's something there, but it's not enough to really drive me one way or the other. For some reason, Judge has a low pitch mix. I've never seen this. I see why. I've never seen Judge with a tough matchup for a pitch mix, but today he has one, and it's because Gausman throws 40% of his pitches that are splitters, and Judge is -4 runs above average versus the splitter. So basically, it kind of just negates out how good he is against the fastball. The only difference here being Gausman's best pitch is that splitter. So Judge is a fade. Just don't like how he matches up. Also, his home run odds are cooked every day anyway. Like, you're never going to I say it every day, but pretend Aaron Judge doesn't have a home run line and that you can't take it because you're not going to beat it in the long run. If you take it all the time, yeah, he'll hit one or there once or twice for you, but it doesn't matter. He has 6 homers off Gausman. Yeah, but how many does he have this year off Gausman? We're going off of this year's numbers for pitch mix. He has 3 homers and 22 at-bats in the last 3 years. Um, but that's one thing that you got, like, when it comes to batter versus pitcher matchups, I think it's a huge waste of time to really put a lot of weight into it. It doesn't matter as much as people hold it against it. People think it makes a lot, like means a lot, but it doesn't, because one, pitchers develop new pitches year over year, right? Like, for example, Paul Skeens didn't have a splitter before he got to the MLB, and then he developed one as he got into the MLB, and that happens year over year for pitchers. Like Gosman, I don't know what he had last year, but like, for example, he could have not had a splitter last year at all, and then just started throwing one this year. So if you're looking at what they did in the last few years, well, maybe the pitches that they throw are completely different. On top of that, how good that pitch is improves year over year or decreases year over year. Maybe last year he threw a really crappy splitter. Well, this year he throws an excellent splitter. He figured something out with the coaching staff. He's got a new technique for it, so it's a lot better than it was last year, something like that. On the other side, the hitters as well. Maybe last year Judge could see a splitter really well and was hitting it good, and this year he can't hit splitters very well. You know, like, there are factors that change year over year. So putting emphasis on what they've done in the past versus the pitcher, it's like, it's very similar to the NBA. If you're like, oh, well, last year, I don't know, the Bulls were the worst defensive team, so we're going to take against point guards, so we're going to take every single player that's a point guard against the Bulls. But, well, this year, now they have, let's just say, like Drew Holiday guarding point guards. Well, they're not going to be as good of a play for point guards. You know what I mean? Like, it's things change year over year, so you can't put a ton of weight in the past, is all I'm saying. So I don't really give a shit that he has 3 home runs. Doesn't make a difference to me. He does bad against the matchup this year. Aaron Judge, yeah, for me, he's a fade today, really. Trent Grisham, he's okay. I mean, general props. Judge could still get a hit today. I mean, his batting average is high enough where I don't mind him for a hit or hits, runs, and RBIs at 1.5, but for home run, I don't think it's worth the odds. Jazz Chisholm could be. Jazz sitting at plus 425. That's not terrible. I think he's the best value here. It's fair value. What's on the top board today? That's at the end of the stream. I'm going game by game. This is going to get put on YouTube, so I got to go through the show first, and then we'll go over everything at the end. Kevin Gosman, I mean, yeah, so it's really just Jazz Chisholm here that looks solid for a home run. I mean, not even solid, but fair. He's fair value. His pitch mix is low. A lot of these guys are tough against the splitter, and Gosman's splitter right now is working. On the other side, Bo Bichette, really bad pitch mix against Fried. Vlad looks solid for general props today. Fried doesn't really give up home runs, so I wouldn't take home runs here, but Vlad for general props is about it. So, yeah, overall, day game. Not going to let it ruin the rest of my day by going heavy on a game like this. So, for me, not too much here. Maybe Yankees on the money line. Maybe Jazz Chisholm home run, but overall, not much for me in that one. Game 2, Padres Phillies. Pretty close game here. 54% chance the Phillies win. Nick Pivetta versus Chris Sanchez. Oof, 2 really good pitchers. So we're probably going to see some pretty low pitch mixes here overall. Jazz has been crazy. Yeah, he's been on a heater. His bat is red hot. So he's fair value today at 425 though. But overall, bad opportunities for hitters in this game too. Somebody else score runs, right? Like, they're going to score runs in this game. Probably not a ton of runs. But these matchups are rough. I mean, against lefties, Machado's always really good, especially with power. We'll jump into his numbers here real quick. Machado versus lefties this year, he is 2 for 5 versus Sanchez with no home runs. But like I just ranted, I don't put a ton of weight into that. He's got 8 home runs and 93 at-bats, so almost 10% of his at-bats. If he gets one more homer, his 10% of his at-bats are home runs versus lefties. 2.08 total bases per hit. So every time he gets a hit, it's an average of 2 bases. So a lot of power when he gets hits versus lefties. He's good against the fastball, which is the main pitch that Sanchez throws, but he's rough against the changeup, which is a really good pitch for Sanchez and comes in at 35% of the time. So that's why it kind of negates the matchup there for him. So overall, Manny Machado's not terrible. His home run probability, 22%. His current odds are plus 440. I think that's decent value for a Machado home run today. It's a tough matchup, though. It is a tough matchup, so it's not great, but he's really the only guy here on the Padres that's even worth considering. But overall, really tough pitch mixes. They don't match up that well against Chris Sanchez. On the other side, against Pivetta, Schwarber matches up okay, but you don't take Schwarber for anything other than a home run. You just don't. And his home run odds today at plus 230 are terrible, in my opinion. They're nuked. I don't think he's worth that break even today at plus 230, plus 235. So he's a fade for me. Trey Turner, tough pitch mix matchup, but he does pretty well against righties. If somebody's going to get on base, it could be Trey Turner today. But overall, there's a lot better games on the slate that don't have a dominant pitching matchup like this one. So this one is really a pitcher's matchup. Twins Marlins. Twins Marlins here. So I do have the Twins winning this one, minus 148 on the money line. Their current odds on the money line are minus 155, so slightly negative expected value, not really worth taking. Buxton looks pretty solid today with a 7.75. I think you take Buxton for hits, runs, and RBIs today. His home run odds at plus 320, not good. Plus 360, not great. Buxton should be a little higher than that. I think he's, like, if you had to take someone in this game for a home run, he is the best option. We do have a negative 9% weather factor for the ballpark, though, so it's not an entirely outstanding conditions for home runs in this game in general. But Buxton looks really good for general props today. Does he have any history for those who care? Yeah, one hit, which is a home run, versus Cabrera. 2 total bases per hit versus left or righties. Does really well against fastballs. Does extremely well against curveballs. So, yeah, I don't mind Buxton today. I really don't. I think he's really good for general props. And if you want to take him for a home run, he would be the guy to take on this team. But it is negative expected value, so know that. There's a negative expected return on that play in the long run based on the odds. On the other side, Agustin Ramirez, him and Liam Hicks are the 2 best batters in this situation. Neither of them look too good for a home run against Joe Ryan. Joe Ryan's a really good pitcher, so probably would stay away from the Marlins today overall. We really only take Marlins when they have an outstanding situation against a bad pitcher. Today, it does not seem like that is the case. Their offense has been hot, though. Marlins have been cooking, so I don't know. I guess you could maybe consider it, but I'm just not going to. Projected to be a low-scoring game, 4-3. So, yeah, it's really just Buxton in this one for anything. Buxton really is just the only move here. Game 4, Cardinals-Pirates. Payante versus Skeens. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so nobody on the Cardinals, really. I'm just going to say now it's against Skeens. Like, he doesn't really allow home runs. Yeah, he gave up 4 runs in his last start, but if you watch it, it was caused by some errors, some like blooper hits. Like, it was a very unconventional 4 runs that the Brewers put up on Skeens. Probably not something that's repeatable. I highly doubt that I doubt that the Cardinals are going to be doing like bloop hits and that the Pirates are going to commit errors. So I don't think it's worth taking Cardinals batters today. On the other side, I think O'Neal Cruz for a home run is okay at plus 540. Maybe he gets dropped back in the lineup again. He would be the only option here, though, for a home run that I would consider. He's the only one that's really, I guess, been like quote-unquote consistent power for the Pirates all year. So, I don't know. You're not really taking Brian Reynolds for home runs this year, or McCutchen. Like, they're just not guys that you take anymore. They're just not consistent enough with home runs. So I think O'Neal Cruz is okay. A 4.83 pitch mix is a little low than I'd want to see. Maybe you lean on him more so for general props to get like a hit or hits, runs, and RBIs. But O'Neal Cruz, his heart's not in it this year, man. If you watch any of the Pirates games, like, he just is sulking around. He got dropped in the lineup. He's gotten benched for not giving effort. That's the kind of guy that I don't want to bet on. Even if his numbers look okay, just not a guy I really want to bet on if he's just not playing to his fullest capabilities. He's not giving it his all. So Skeens strikeouts about 6 for those who are curious before you ask. I got Skeens at about 6. So if his line's 6.5, probably a fade. If his line's 5.5, you could take it. Actually, let's just look at what it is for you. Pitcher strikeouts, Paul Skeens, it is 6.5. I mean, yeah, it's probably a stay away. Game 5, Tigers-Nationals. This is an excellent game for hitters. We got Jack Flaherty versus Trevor Williams. Jack Flaherty has given up, I think, 16 home runs this year. A lot of home runs coming from Jack Flaherty. So if you're looking for possible home run plays, this is a game you want to see. Projected runs, as you can see on the screen right there, 11.21. 11.21. Does Cal break Bond's record? I doubt it. Also, though, for you guys who are watching this YouTube video, this site is rudebets.com. You can see at the bottom of the screen, discount code if you want to join. But if you want to get access to this tool and start using it, that is where you can go. Starting with the Tigers here, a lot of good pitch mixes, 5 and above. A lot of good pitch mixes against Trevor Williams. He gives up some home runs this year as well. I like Carpenter and Riley Green a lot for home runs today. I think both. Carpenter's a little bit shaky at the plus 290-ish level. He might not play. We'll see. I love Riley Green today, though. Plus 300 is what I have him at. Riley Green's odds are plus 310, so it's fair value. I think he looks excellent. 25% chance to go deep. 5.91 on the pitch mix. 321 versus the hand. 1.96 total bases per hit. He kind of checks every box. He does strike out a lot. That's the only concern. So Carpenter is out officially. He's got lines everywhere except FanDuel right now. So is he officially out? I know he's potentially out, but we can plan on him not playing today if you want, but that just even opens the door more for Riley Green to be an outstanding option for a home run today. So Riley Green, definitely someone that I'd probably put on a slip today. On the other side, CJ Abrams, he is on the 1 to 1,000 challenge. I have him with a 16%. It's slightly negative expected value, but his odds are really good. His odds are just favorable at plus 450 on FanDuel right now for that challenge with the 50% boost. So that did jump us up to, I think, fair value. The boost got us to plus 508, which, yeah, about fair value. So we got there with the boost for CJ Abrams on the 1 to 1,000 slip. 16% weather boost for home runs in this game. 1.77 total bases per hit, and he does really well against fastballs, which is 48% of the pitches. And Jack Flaherty throws a lot of home run pitches. So I also love James Wood today. Unfortunately, his odds were a little bit too low to be able to put on the 1 to 1,000, but I think James Wood is a great option for a home run today. He's positive expected value at plus 350 right now. So James Wood is another one that I love today for a home run. So for non 1 to 1,000 slips, if you're doing regular two legs or a straight, whatever, I think James Wood's a great option for a home run today. Nathaniel Lowe sitting at plus 650 isn't terrible. I think Nathaniel Lowe is decent too. You think he may get walked? I don't think they're going to intentionally walk him again unless they're in like a close game situation. Those were all situational walks. I don't think they're going to do that again. There's no reason for that. But Nathaniel Lowe is positive expected value today for a home run. He's a good long shot option at plus 650 if you want to get weird. His pitch mix is just a little low, so I don't know that I'm going to end up taking him on anything today. Really, for me, it's Woods and Abram in this on this team. And then Riley Green looks outstanding. I think Gleyber Torres for general props, Colt Keith for general props are decent. And yeah. Game 6, A's-Rays. A's-Rays. Another decent game for home runs here, mainly just because Tampa Bay is a Little League ballpark. It doesn't take much to hit a home run there. But Jeffrey Springs versus Shane Baz. Lawrence Butler matches up all right. His home run odds are a little... His expected home run odds are a little low. His line is currently plus 460. I don't love it there. He's okay for general props, though, to like get a hit or hit runs and RBIs. I think Lawrence Butler's a solid option. Same with Jacob Wilson. Jacob Wilson at plus 1,000 for a home run is positive expected value, but it's a 10% chance. So, I mean, I don't know if I would take it, but it's positive expected value. Brent Rooker, not really interested in Brent today, unfortunately. Too low on the pitch mix. Same with Soderstrom. Now, Kurtz is very low on the pitch mix, but his home run probability is one of the best of the day at 30%. So Nick Kurtz is an absolute home run or bust option today at plus 400. He's on the 1 to 1,000 slip. I do like this option. 2.15 total bases per hit. The only problem is his K and his walk rate are almost 50%. So half his at-bats. If he gets 2 at-bats versus Baz, one of them will probably be a strikeout or a walk. So that's a bit sketchy, but he does really well against this fastball, which is another reason why I'm okay with the tough matchup as a home run play. He's bad against the curveball, but his main pitch is a fastball 45% of the time, and he's very good against fastballs. So Kurtz today is a solid option for a home run for me today, especially on my long shot 1 to 1,000 slip. I do like that. On the other side, Yandy Diaz with a 5.47. I think he's good for general props today. When I say general props, actually, I want to retract that. I think he's good for one hit today. I don't know if I would take him for hits, runs, and RBIs. Caminero, we had him yesterday for a home run. His odds today are fair, plus 330. I have my plus 335. Probably won't end up taking him, but he's fair value. Brandon Lowe probably doesn't play against the lefty. He'll come in maybe later in the game, so I doubt you're going to get Brandon Lowe lines. Or he might just not play at all today, actually. So he's not in here right now. Yeah, that's really it. It's kind of Caminero if you want to take fair value odds for a back-to-back home run day. Or Yandy Diaz. Yandy actually, yeah, his home run odds aren't great, but his one hit is decent today for Yandy. So I don't mind Yandy for general props today. But yeah, Kurt's definitely the best option for home run in this game, in my opinion. Game 7, Brewers Mets. We have another 1-to-1,000 line item in this game, and that is Juan Soto. We'll get to that in a second. But we have Freddie Peralta versus Clay Holmes. Clay Holmes is a pretty good pitcher. I think the Brewers will struggle with him today. Not really interested in taking any of these guys for general props. A lot of low pitch mix ratings against Clay Holmes. Nobody above a 4, and that's Yelich, who's been red hot. For a home run, Yelich at plus 560 is fair value, but not too interested in it. If anybody was, though, it would be Christian Yelich today. That would be kind of the only long shot play even available on this team today. Not really much else. And I'm wearing a Brewers jersey, so trust me on that. Clay Holmes, Mets against Freddie Peralta. Lindor does not match up too well against Freddie. Nimmo's okay. Soto's decent. I do like Soto with the home run possibility just because of how red hot he's been swinging the bat. 2.09 total bases versus righties. He's okay against the fastball. They're pretty even on the fastball there, which is going to be 58% of the pitches, and he's really good against the changeup. So realistically, they kind of even each other out on the fastball, and then they even each other out on the secondaries too. But yeah, I think Soto's a good option today for a home run. They're giving you good value on his odds too at plus 400. So it's a little negative expected value, but with the boost, it becomes about fair value. So for that challenge, I'm cool with it. Alonso, he looks good for general props today. I don't mind Pete Alonso for general props. His home run odds, though, at plus 300 are not worth it, in my opinion. So I just think it's too negative expected value. Really, the only option here for a homer would be Soto. And then Alonso for general props. Pirates get the job done today? Yeah, I do think that they can. I think they can with Skeens on the mound. With Peralta on the mound? Yeah, Peralta still gives up home runs. He's a good pitcher, but he does give up home runs. But that's why, like I said, the only person that I'd be looking at would be Juan Soto. He's the only one that's close enough to fair value. Nobody else really matches up. But he fit the odds really nicely for the 1-to-1,000 challenge. So, Game 8, Reds versus Red Sox. Red Sox, Brady Singer versus Richard Fitz. Red Sox with a 54% chance, minus 116 fair value. So probably, let's just see what the money line is. Yeah, it's exactly what the line is. So no value in this game. I have it exactly the same as what the book has it. TJ Friedel matches up really well. I like TJ Friedel today for general props. Ellie De La Cruz, he's also on the 1-to-1,000 slip. We have him with a 21% chance to hit a home run, plus 376. He's currently listed at plus 390. Ellie's a good option today for a home run based on the value that you get for it. Austin Hayes could be a sneaky home run option if you wanted to get weird. Plus 400, plus 440 on FanDuel. Not a bad option. He's just not, consistent enough in terms of playing time, but he's really good against fastballs. Really good against fastballs this year. So he could be a good option. But really, it's Friedel for general props, Ellie for general props for a home run, and then Hayes if you want to take a really big long shot on a home run. On the other side, against Brady Singer, none of these guys really match up too well. The Red Sox, yeah, they put up a ton of runs yesterday, but they got 7 runs in the first inning on pitches being tipped. So I don't think that Brady Singer is going to be tipping pitches today, so don't expect the Red Sox to do what they did yesterday. I really do not expect that output. Toro looks good for general props today. That's about it. Willie Abreu for a home run. His odds are cooked after yesterday's output. Yeah, not really anything there. So really, it would just be kind of Abraham Toro for general props. Any good underdogs? If I see one, I call it out. I haven't called any out yet. Angels Braves game 9. Angels Braves. Braves 59% chance to win. Yeah, they're not worth taking. This could be maybe a decent spot for an underdog if just based on the value. Plus 166 is more value on taking the Angels there than there would be on the Braves at minus 190. Yeah, I just don't think the Braves are worth minus 190 today. Tyler Anderson versus Grant Holmes. We got Let's see. Nito doesn't match up too well. He might play today. He might not. I mean, we'll see. I think he's back. Nolan Schonnel, he's okay. Nothing crazy. Yeah, none of these guys match up too well. Joe Adell's decent. I think Joe Adell is a long shot for a home run's not bad. Plus 420 on the odds. I don't mind Joe Adell today. 5.12 on the pitch mix. 2 total bases per hit versus righties. 14 home runs in 190 at bats. Yeah, Joe Adell would be the pick here if you're going to go for a home run on the Angels. On the other side, Acuna matches up really well for general props today. His batting average versus lefties is increasing. He's starting to do better against lefties. I still don't love his power there. His odds at plus 220 are just not worth it yet with his numbers versus lefties. But for general props, he could be pretty good, and I really like him for a walk today. I think Acuna walks today, so let's see what batter walks is. Ronald Acuna Jr. for a walk is currently sitting at minus 116. I think that's good value. Austin Riley matches up all right. His odds for home run, though, plus 330, not great. Matt Olson, his odds for home run, plus 300, also not great. These guys are just negative expected value, even though they have good chances. Even though they have good chances at home runs, they're just not worth it. Braves looking to make a bounce back after the bad showing in the last series. Yeah, but it's not about... When it comes to picking money lines, especially in the MLB, but in general, for any sport, it's not about like, oh, which team's going to win the game. It's about, is the price that they're giving you at enough to beat the break even in the long run taking that play? So, for example, if you took the Braves every single day in this matchup, let's say they played this game, Angels-Braves, Tyler Anderson versus Grant Holmes, every day for like 20 years, right? In the long run, you would lose money taking them at minus 190 every single day in this matchup. So it doesn't make sense to take them at minus 190 when I personally think that they're valued only at minus 140. So that's the way I look at it. I don't look at it as like, oh, which team's going to win or which team's not going to win, because every single game, like, things can happen that would sway it one way or the other. That's why you need to beat the break-even probability. And the break-even probability at minus 190 is not worth it. So I don't think they're worth it today, but they probably do win the game. Like I said, 60%, 6 out of 10 times they'll win this game. But Acuna for general props and a walk. Austin Riley and Matt Olson for general props look pretty good, so hits, runs, and RBIs or a hit. Their home run odds are negative expected value. Once again, they don't beat their break even, especially at plus 300 for Matt Olson. Like, he just doesn't hit enough home runs to be a plus 300 line today. Sean Murphy looks great, though. I like Sean Murphy for a home run today. He's at plus 350. I think he's the best option for a home run based on the value in this game. Also based on the probability at 30%. He's a home run or bust guy versus lefties, only hitting 196, but 2.70 total bases. This is the ugly part. 39% strikeout rate, 16% walk rate. So over 50% of his at-bats versus a lefty result in a strikeout or a walk, which you don't love to see that. But he dominates the changeup. He dominates the fastball. He does lose out here on the cutter, though. But the two top pitches that are thrown, fastball and changeup, Sean Murphy's really good against. So I do like Sean Murphy as a home run or bust option today. Game 10, Orioles-Rangers. Orioles-Rangers. We have the Rangers here with a pretty heavy 76% probability to win. They're around minus 200. This is a good minus 200 play in my opinion. Brandon Young versus Jacob deGrom. I think there's value in minus 178 even. There's definitely value in taking the Rangers today to win this game. Positive expected value in the long run. Hopefully they win. We'll see, but there's value in it. Jackson Holiday does not match up well. Westbrook, nobody on the Orioles matches up well against deGrom. It's Jacob deGrom. I mean, his last outing, he went 8 innings, no hits. Like, the guy's a stud still, even this deep into his career. So I don't think it's worth looking at the Orioles too much today. Maybe somebody could get after deGrom, but there's no data that supports anybody being a good value play in this game for the Orioles. On the other side, Josh Smith matches up really well here. Josh Smith plus 600 for a home run. That's close to fair value. I mean, it's an okay long shot. I like him more for general props today. I think that he, 100% of his home runs come against righties, but I think he's much better off at 1.57 total bases per hit, being a guy you take for getting hits, hit total bases, or hits, runs, and RBIs. Haggerty, I wouldn't touch him, even though he has a good pitch mix. His batting average is too low. Corey Seager is an okay option for a home run today. If you can get a boost on him too, I don't mind it. He's plus 340 right now. Not great value, but if anybody's going to hit a home run here against the righty, it would be Corey Seager, in my opinion, today. He matches up pretty well in the pitch mix. I mean, 6.54. It's a favorable matchup. Evan Carter also looks like a good option today for general props. His home run odds at plus 600, not terrible either. Very similar to Josh Smith. Very good pitch mix rating at 9.05. 100% of his home runs also come against righties. He's more of a general props guy, but if you wanted a super long shot, you could take him. So, yeah, I think Carter looks really good for general props. Smith looks really good for general props. Seager would be the home run pick on this game if I had to pick one. DeGrom for 7 strikeouts. Game 11, Guardians versus Cubs. Guardians, Cubs here. We have the Cubs with a 63% chance to win this game, which is minus 167 fair value. They're minus 191. So once again, negative expected value to take the Cubs to win this game. Guardians are ice cold right now, so Cubs do probably win the game, but they're not worth it at the price. Negative 16% ballpark factor for home run weather, so not great for home runs in this game. Low probabilities across the board, low pitch mixes across the board against Matthew Boyd here. I would fade everybody on the Guardians offense today. On the other side, PCA looks pretty solid for general props today, 7.19. Kyle Tucker looks pretty good for general props as well. Pete Crow Armstrong at plus 500 for a home run would be the best value in this game, but it is bad home run weather in Chicago, so I probably wouldn't take any home runs in this one. But I do like Pete for general props today, and I also do like Kyle Tucker. Say is okay, Hap is okay. So really anybody in the top 4 here for like hits or hits, runs, and RBIs could be a solid play, with Pete Crow and Kyle being the 2 favorites for me in that one. But overall, not a ton here. I mean, 7 runs total, really low-scoring game is the likely outcome here. Cubs pulling it out, but maybe 4-3. Not really worth it at their price. Game 12, Astros, Rockies. Astros, Rockies. We have Astros heavy favorites in this one, minus 246. On the money line, they're minus 154. That's a good play. That's a really good. I think the Astros are extremely undervalued right now on the money line. So that's another one you could pair with. Who did I say before? Rangers. You could do like a Rangers Astros parlay or something to get it to about plus 100 or a little more, if you really didn't want to take the juice on at minus 150 or the minus 200 levels. But I do like the Astros in this game. I think they're undervalued. I think they score a good amount of runs. Both teams should, though. 19% ballpark factor. That's a good boost. Pena looks great for general props. Jeremy Pena for a home run today. Actually, I don't know if Jeremy Pena is playing, so we'll ignore him. Isaac Perez for a home run today does look good. I do like Isaac Perez at plus 330. Pitch mix is good. His home run probability is good. I really like this play. Another one that I really like today is Isaac Perez. Altuve for a home run. Plus 460, another positive expected value play. Plus 550 on DraftKings. I think Altuve is another really good one. You get a lot of value in that play. So Perez and Altuve for home runs look really good. On the other side, Jordan Beck for home runs, the best option here on the other side, in my opinion. Hunter Goodman's probably not playing as well. We'll see. But yeah, so it really would just be Jordan Beck on this side. It's kind of it. Jordan Beck for a home run or general props. And then I really like Perez and Altuve. Game 13, Giants, Dbacks. Close game, minus 126 in favor of the Giants here, but not much there. Possibly a Yurfie situation here. We got Birdsong going up against Gallen. Gallen does give up homers this year. Birdsong, not as many. We look at this. Casey Schmidt might not even play today, and he's the best option for home run, but he's probably not going to play. Devers is okay, but his odds are terrible. At plus 390 is not bad for Devers, actually. I don't mind Devers at plus 390. It's slightly negative expected value. 7.11 on the pitch mix. He would be the guy here today to hit a home run. He's 1-for-1 versus Zach Gallen. 1.96 total bases per hit. Strikes out and walks at an insanely high rate, though. 56%. So that is a bit sketchy. But I do think Devers would be the best option for a home run today on this team. He's the only one that's kind of worth taking. On the other side, Ketel Marte, I do like him today as well for a home run at plus 330. It's okay. It's almost fair value. I like him for general props today, though, for hits or hits, runs, and RBIs. Pavin Smith, Josh Naylor also look good for general props. Eugenio Suarez also looks good for general props. The only one that's worth the value on a home run, though, is Ketel Marte. But these 4 all here really look solid for general props today. Perdomo could be okay, but not great. Not as good as these 4 for general props. Game 14, Royals, Mariners. Let's see here. We got Lorenzen going up against Emerson Hancock. 50-50 game about slightly into the Mariners here, minus 112. This could be a good underdog play as well. Let's see what the Royals are listed at, plus 118. It's about fair value. There's not a ton here, but I think that they're okay as an underdog, I guess. Yeah, they're okay as an underdog. Both of these pitchers give up home runs. Bobby Witt today would be the option. 420 is about fair value, just under fair value. So I don't mind taking Bobby Witt for a home run today. Vinny Pascantino, 470, also not terrible. General props for Bobby Witt and Michael Garcia are outstanding. They both look really good in how they match up here today. So I like both of them for hits, runs, and RBIs are a hit, but Bobby Witt being the home run guy. On the other side here, J.P. Crawford for general props looks really, really good. I do like that play today. 6.97 on the pitch mix. He should get on base, get a hit, maybe even 2 hits, runs, and RBIs. Julio Rodriguez should also get a hit today. Cal Raleigh, 8.4, 30% chance at a home run. He's fair value today at plus 220 for a home run. I'm at plus 233. And then the other guy who looks good for a home run today would be Canzone at plus 470. So Canzone and Raleigh for homers. I do like both of those options today at their value. Canzone's more of a long shot, but he's still fair value or expected value. And then Raleigh's just fair value. Royals had a great chance to come back last night. Couldn't believe they didn't. Yeah, they got single-handedly beat by Arozarena, which is crazy because Arozarena had been ice cold for like 60 at-bats. But, yeah, some pretty good options here today in this game. Bobby Witt for home run on the Royals, and then Cal Raleigh or Canzone on the Mariners, with a lot of guys being good for general props. And then Game 15, White Sox-Dodgers. Just for my own personal agenda, I would love to see the White Sox win this game, but I have them with a 32% chance. If we look at the money line here, Dodgers are minus 339. They're not worth that. I have them worth minus 217. So, I mean, maybe there's some value on the White Sox at plus 260, but I wouldn't take it. Yeah, it's a tough matchup here today for the White Sox against Yamamoto. Nobody really matches up that well. Talkman's okay, but Yamamoto's too good, man. He's just too good for the White Sox. On the other side, Shohei Ohtani, 6.37. Would not take Shohei for a home run today. His odds are plus 165. You're going to lose terribly in the long run at those odds. Absolutely terribly. I don't see a ton on here for home runs. Dodgers will hit home runs today. They probably will. Shane Smith doesn't allow that many, but they probably still find a way to hit a home run. I mean, Will Smith is the best matchup here today for general props. Freddie Freeman also looks pretty solid for general props with his batting average. But yeah, not a ton here for batters in this game that just jumps off the page. Shane Smith is not bad. He's actually a decent pitcher. So I'm expecting this to be pretty low scoring. Yeah, maybe 5-3. But home runs just don't really stand out in this game. Yamamoto needs to stay healthy for the playoffs. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Dodgers pitching staff, but they find a way to injure everybody. Yeah, really just Will Smith for general props here. Maybe Shohei for general props, but his line's going to be 2.5 HRR, so that's not worth it. But yeah, Will Smith is okay today. All right, so that's all the games. Let's go over the batters real quick, and then let's get this uploaded on YouTube, man. So pitch mix ratings, number one option today is Evan Carter with a 9. We look for anybody above an 8, so there's only 4 guys with an 8 and above that are a great matchup, quote-unquote. A lot of guys in the 7s, though. A lot of guys in the 7s today. We talked about a lot of these guys as good options for general props, and some of them for home runs. If we look at top down for home runs, it's Cal Raleigh, Sean Murphy, Nick Kurtz, and Canzone. Paredes, Green, Wood. We talked about all these guys that we like for home runs today. Beck, yeah, Caminero, Hayes. So we talked about all these guys in every single game. If you missed it, you can go to the YouTube video, and I will timestamp each game so you know when they all start, so you can just jump to whatever game you want. But overall, we look like we have a pretty good day for home runs. We have 25 guys above an 18% chance to hit a home run, with the highest being 2 guys at 30%. Yeah, I think we're looking pretty good. Walks today, Acuna stands out alone as the only one projected over 1 walk. So Acuna for a walk, like I said, looks really good. Stolen bases, nothing really crazy. But yeah, overall, looks like it's building up to be an outstanding day. If y'all go ahead and sign up for rootbets.com, you can get access to this tool and you can play around with the data. Click on anybody's name. You can go to the bottom here and look at the probabilities and play around with what they would be based on different lines that you want to see for any different stat. So you can go ahead and play around with that. Code RUDE for 25% off. I appreciate y'all for hanging out and watching. I'm going to drop the YouTube link in the chat right now so y'all can see where to find the replay if you don't already subscribe or know where to go. Let me just do that real quick. All right, there's the YouTube link. Also, if you haven't yet, go sign up for Player Profit and get a funded account. That's what I use for all my straights. The 2 links are in the chat currently. And I will catch y'all tomorrow for the stream. Have a good day. Good luck today. Peace out.